everybody has an emergency exit. Now, in the unlikely event that you jump out the windows, especially underwater, you need to know where the life techniques are. I knew you had them scoped out. Yes, if you're under 90 pounds in an emergency, take a small one from this side. If you're 90 pounds or more in an emergency, then you take a big one from this side.
Okay.
Now, there's a plaque that shows us how to put them on, but in the unlikely event you would actually have to put one on. It just takes a moment to show you how that will be done. You just pull the strap, you yank them out of there, and then you take it like, well, you take it like this, or you take it like that. It doesn't matter either side. Spread it apart, put it over your hand. Take the strap, put it all the way around your back. Come back around, and you hook it on a little ring, just about like this, and then you pull the extra strap until it fits real snug. And you're good to go. That's all there is to it. Floating like a duck. Okay. Now, guys, it is important though to remain seated during the tour. No one leaning out over the side, on the land, or on the water. Guys, try to remember not to look inside the truck. Don't see forget that. You might see something out there and go, hey, look at that. Well, you could be going to a big truck. Us come up behind us while your arms outside there. We want everybody to come back nice and safe. All right. And no smoking. All right. Now, our red shirts still matter. Okay, now where is still matter? Connecticut? You come all the way from Connecticut? California? You got people from California? Wow. Is everybody with the group? Or is someone not with the group? Are you folks with the group also? Stanford? Wow.
None of us are from California.
No, okay. I heard somebody say that. Thank you. I appreciate that clarification there. So, guys, we're getting ready to go. Now, I imagine you probably saw a couple things historically. How long have you been in Philadelphia? Yeah, okay, so you just got here today. Did you take a look at anything today? Liberty Bell? Constitution Center? Okay, you went up there, okay. All right, well, we're going to look at some neat stuff. Are you guys ready to hit the road? All right, let's do it. We're out of here. You're going to hear some music, too. You might even recognize the first song. We kind of took it as our theme song in Philadelphia, and I think you probably recognize it. Here we go. All right, we're out of here.
Hey, look at that. That's a cycle.
The Rocky theme. Go Adrian, yo, Adrian, yo. That's not Rocky. Independence Hall, the birthplace of America, where the Declaration of Independence was signed and the Constitution formed and adopted as well. Right over there. Dun, 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 dun. Well, guys, since you're visiting Philly, I want to point out some historic things too. There's some cool stuff to look at here in Philly. William Penn, when he came here, he had a plan for the streets. He had the north and south running streets, like the one we're on right now with numbers on them. The ones that go east and west like that one, they meant they're living things like trees, like walnut, locust, pine, chestnut, and many, many others too. But he also had 5 parks in his original plan. This is one of them on the right here called Washington Square. And if you look way back in there, you'll see some flags. That's the tomb of the unknown soldier for the Revolutionary War. Back in there, where that is. Now guys, coming up here, this is a residential neighborhood. Now, I just want to be good neighbors, so I'm just going to be whispering on the PA system a little bit up here. Just bear with me for a few blocks. Then after that, we can make all the noise we want. But now, we're also going to be heading towards South Street, which is just a fun street. How many people live on South Street? Okay. So South Street is like a party street. And it's a few blocks down. We'll have some fun there. But before we get there, I want to tell you about a couple things. Coming up on the right here is one of our older Roman Catholic churches in Philadelphia called Holy Trinity Church. And if you look at the bricks here, you're going to see black bricks, you're going to see red bricks. They baked all the bricks together for a couple of weeks. And some of the bricks actually got burned and they didn't want to waste them. So they found a way to utilize it. They put them in a nice decorative. They call that a Flemish fog. I don't know if you see that all over Philadelphia. Now, some of the bricks are not well, they didn't want to waste them either, so they put them someplace where they did not need to be real small. called Delancey Street. It's just a pretty street. You'll see trees, flower boxes, and flags under that Delancey Street. Now, guys, at the next block up here, there's a historic church here in Philadelphia. It's called the Mother Bethel AME, African Methodist Episcopal Church. Now, the church was founded by Nicholas A. Richard Allen. Now, number one thing about what you're seeing is coming from Virginia to home. So it was one of the stops in this Underground Railroad. Yeah, they put this so here. So, now, the property itself, all this whole property by African Americans in place in the whole United States, which are now founded, and he's actually his church is basically all and from the original church. This is actually the fourth church in the same property, as I said, all this whole property by African Americans in place in the whole United States. Coming up here, Mother Bethel Church, African Methodist Episcopal. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you when we get this down. So here's the Mother Bethel Church right here. Yeah, guys. The clappers used to be we handed them out at the beginning of the tours, and then the city said we were not allowed to hand them out at the beginning of the tours, so we hand them out at the end of the tours. So we get to just before you get off the duck. Now, it doesn't mean we can't quack at all, because if I see somebody waving to me and they rode the duck earlier and they got their quacker, I'm going to go quack, quack, quack. So please join in. I like that company when that happens, so I don't seem like the only crazy person up here. Yeah, so you get the quackers at the end of the tour. So here we go on South Street, guys. South Street is just a fun street. So we're going to get out here and we're going to play a song called South Street, because here we are on South Street. South Street. South Street, South Street, South Street, South Street. Hurry down, this is the town, oh baby, on South Street. Hurry on South Street. Street, on a thousand Hey guys, I'm hoping we've got some Three Stooges fans on board the duck right now. Now, there's a new movie out with the new Three Stooges. Has anybody seen that? Is it good? Because I haven't seen it yet. But you know what? I remember the old Three Stooges, and imagine some of us other ones do too. Well, remember Larry, the Three Stooges? Larry Fine was born at the next corner on the right. That's why there's a picture of him up here at John's Bar and Grill. Now, when Larry was a kid, his father had a jewelry shop down here. And in the jewelry shop, he hurt his arm one time. So to make his arm better for therapy, he took up violin lessons. He played that violin so well that he became a professional violin player. That's how he got into show business originally. And then later he met the other guys and became one of the Three Stooges. Remember that guy? So, you know what? I got a reminder. Let's put him on.
Sleepyheads, come to me every morning, wide awake, 11 o'clock. I'm awake. How about you?
I'm awake, but I can't get my eyes open.
Wow.
Alright, so we're going to see the birthplace of Larry Fine up in the corner on the right. And you'll see a big mural on the side of the building with him playing the violin there too. But in the meantime, we're going to do the twist down here in South Street with Chubby Checker. Back right. Larry, here we go. One right there. guys too, there was a show in Philadelphia here, out in West Philadelphia, on 46th and Market Street, way out that way, about 46 blocks. And it was called American Bandstand with Dick Clark, the late great Dick Clark. Now I've got the theme song from that song on that show. Philadelphia way. Bandstand, bandstand.
I'm taking a video. Oh, we got 11 videos.
Alright. So guys, we're going to make a left up here. As we do, if you look across the Delaware River, you're going to see a big gray battleship. The battleship USS New Jersey, number 62. She was built right here in Philadelphia, launched in 1942. She's the most highly decorated battleship in the whole United States Navy for many different missions, including World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the Gulf War. Now they do have tours aboard the battleship as well. Now you can see the battleship New Jersey right across over there now. There she is. Now later on, those guns are going to move. You'll see them in a different position. Those guns, they move on in a period of the day, throughout the day. Now coming up here now, on the right, this old sailing vessel with a tannish colored mast, that's the Mishudo. Now the Mishudo was over 100 years old. She doesn't go sailing anymore. She's a restaurant today. But she made an appearance in a few different movies. She was in the movie Rocky. You know what? She was in another movie. I'm going to play a theme song for you guys for another movie she was in. And try to see if you can guess it just hear the theme song. Put this on. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well, it usually is an adult. Or maybe somebody thinks like a monster. Alright, so anyway guys, coming up here now, past the Mishudo, the ship with the tannish color smokestacks, that's the Olympia, Admiral Dewey's flagship used in the Spanish-American War. And it was famous for the words Commodore Dewey to Captain Gridley, "You may fire when ready, Gridley." And they defeated the whole Spanish fleet here on the Philippines. Yeah, and he lost a life on the American side. And you can actually get on the Olympia if you come down here to the Philadelphia Seaport Museum. You get on the Olympia. There's also a World War II submarine called the Kona. You can get on that too. On our right here now, guys, this is Philadelphia's Vietnam War Memorial. And as we do make a right down here, if you look to your left, you're going to see Society Hill Towers condominiums. Now, they were built here in the 1960s to help revitalize the area because it was all run down. They were designed by I.M. Pei. He also designed the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and also the Pyramid at the Louvre Museum Courtyard in Paris, France, among other things. So, guys, this is called Penn's Landing. William Penn landed in 1682 in his ship called Welcome. Very friendly guy. His ship was called Welcome. He wanted this to be the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Very friendly guy. Well, over here now you can get a better look at the Olympia, Admiral Dewey's flagship as we come around the corner here. And if you look across the river on the other side, over in Camden, New Jersey, you'll see a big, a building with a big white dome on top of it over there. That's the Adventure Aquarium. Now that's where the ferry boat goes. He goes to the Seaport Museum over here on the Philly side, back and forth all day long to that Adventure Aquarium. But by the way, that's a fun place. They've got a big shark tank. And in that shark tank is a big clear see-through tunnel. You can walk through it, and you can see the fish and the sharks swimming right next to you. But if you really like sharks, they got a special deal. For an extra $175, you can get in there and swim with the shark. Yeah. Well, they give you a lesson and a wetsuit, you're good to go. Yeah. Cross an arm and a leg. That's right. An arm and a leg. Cross an arm and a leg. So here we go over on the Dock Street, guys. Here we go, Dock Street. This is where the creek used to be. It used to be a creek through here, but it got all everybody dumped all those garbage in. So he filled it in because people were getting sick in Philadelphia. And so it's one of the few streets in the area that has curves. Well, that's because it follows the old creek bed. It is a little rough through here. It's not the duck's fault. It's not the captain's fault. It's the asphalt. Oh, I think that's my fault. Oh. Anyway, over there, there's a Korean War Memorial for Philadelphia. Right over there. Now, guys, you know, in the colonial days, people used to get together, meet at the old taverns to do business or meet their friends or get the latest news. The most famous tavern in town was the Old City Tavern. In fact, Paul Revere came down from Boston to tell people in Philadelphia about what happened at that famous Boston Tea Party. He came down to the Old City Tavern to tell everybody. Well, the Old City Tavern burnt down a long time ago, but they rebuilt it for the bicentennial here in Philadelphia. And they served some of the recipes from the old days, including Thomas Jefferson's recipe for beer and Martha Washington's recipe for cake. Yeah, we'll see the rebuilt tavern up at the stop sign here. If you look off to the right, you're going to see you get up here to the stop sign, you're going to see a red brick building at the stop sign here off to the right. It has an awning out in front of it. That is the rebuilt. Right where that white van is, the rebuilt old tavern right over there. Now, they did a lot of business in those old taverns. They traded stocks, things like that. But Philadelphia was growing. They needed a bigger place to do business. So they built the Philadelphia Merchants Exchange. A big, great building coming up around the corner over here. Yeah, just across the street, the Philadelphia Merchants Exchange. See, there's a big tower up on top of it, too. Now, this was finished in 1834. Now, the tower's up there because back in those days, the sea captains brought things in from all over the world in their sailing vessels. But from up on a tower, they could see those guys on the river. They knew who they were, they knew what they had on the ships, and they could put the goods on the market before the goods even arrived. Yeah, so there's the backside of the tavern, and right across the street, that's where that creek is going right over there. That's there, right? Corner on the right over here, Dolly Madison used to live right there on that corner. Dolly Madison. Yes, sir. Well, now, guys, you know, we made a circle. We're coming up on the other side of Independence Hall. And you know, Ben Franklin started so many things in Philadelphia. Among them, the first volunteer fire company, first insurance company. He co-founded the first hospital with Thomas Bond, first university, and also he got together with his friends and said, guys, let's get some books. Let people borrow the books. Bring them back later. Not charge them anything. Yeah, have a free library. Well, I'm sure if we had that idea, Colin, we're going to go buy the first one. On the right there, that big red brick building. That's it. But now it has been rebuilt. It was built in the 1950s. But we didn't get a chance of kind of walking along here, you know. Very wanted to start documenting, including some of Lewis and Clark's journals from that famous Lewis and Clark expedition in the Northwest Territories. Well, Murray Wendell Lewis, he came to do research for that exhibition in the building directly across the street from the library. That's called Philosophical Hall. That's where he kept all the information in the old days. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna, yeah, and of course, once again, Independence Hall, the birthplace of America, directly on your left there as well, where the Declaration of Independence was signed and the Constitution formed and adopted as well. So the library on the right, here it is. Now when they rebuilt it, they honored Ben Franklin. They put a statue of him up on the front of it here. So here's old Ben up on the front of it. And there's Independence Hall once again right over there. Hey guys, you see that white fuzzy thing over there? It's 1 horsepower and it runs on natural gas. And guys, up in the next block up here, we're going to go by Christ Church Cemetery. You know, that's where Ben Franklin's buried up there. And he came up with a lot of sayings, and one of those sayings said, a penny saved, a penny earned. So sometimes people throw pennies and other coins on his grave for good luck. And, now speaking of coins, across from his grave is our Philadelphia Mint. And they only make coins, they don't make any paper money, but over the years they made some of our medallions for our military folks, including the Purple Heart and the Bronze Star. So coming up on the right, as we come to the intersection, I'm going to look back around the corner to the right. Now you'll see a green fence here, and right behind the green fence, that'll be his grave there. You might see some coins. So yeah, Franklin's grave right over there at the end, and also right across is our Philadelphia Mint. It is one of 4 mints in America, and it is a large one. You'll see it better as you go through the intersection. Look back at the end of the wall here. There'll be a green fence here. So back there to this right. That'll be great there. And yeah, they normally do have tours at the Mint, but they're doing some renovations, so they don't have the tours right now. But coming up over here now on our right, take a look back. That's Franklin's grave right over there. Well, now, guys, you know, Betsy Ross, of course, is given credit for selling America's first flag. But our Congress had a man named Francis Hopkinson design America's first flag. Well, he was a poet, he was an artist. He designed our flag because we needed to put flags on our warships to identify them. But Francis Hopkinson, he planned on having 6 pointed stars on the flag. Well, you know what? George Washington actually preferred 5 pointed stars. Yeah. Well, you know, Betsy Ross was a clever lady. She came to a meeting with those gentlemen, and she brought a piece of cloth with her. She took that piece of cloth, made a few quick folds, 1 quick cut, and out came a 5-pointed star that quickly. So they said, okay, sure, look, let's put those on the flag. Well, guys, the reason I tell you that here is because as you get up the street here a little ways, on the left, on this red brick building here, there's a plaque that says Francis Hopkinson, indicating where his house once stood. The guy given credit for designing America's first flag. That's where his house used to be, right there. And there's our Benjamin Franklin Bridge. We're going to see more of that. We go in the river right by the Ben Franklin Bridge. Yes, sir. Happy birthday, whoever's birthday it is back there. Anybody's birthday? Oh, really? Oh, happy birthday to her then. Happy birthday, absolutely. Yes. Well, you know what? I see a guy hanging out in the corner down here now. He's got a microphone. He's a little stiff, but he can still do a tune because it's Elvis Presley hanging out in the corner. Elvis on the corner down here. There's Elvis. Charlie Chaplin over here. Comedian from the old days. Don't be cruel. Cruel heart, that's true. So now, guys, I want you to see this street coming up here on the left where the blue sign is up ahead there. We're going to take a look down a little alley called Elfrist Alley, the oldest continually lived on street in America. Some of the homes are approximately 300 years old here left on Elfrist Alley. And most of them are still living in today. And sometimes you can even see a British flag down there. Well, see, that's what a lot of people flew back then before we had an American flag. Yeah, there it is right down there, Elfrist Alley. Named after a blacksmith, Jeremiah Elfrist, used to run property down here in the old days. on Elfrist Alley.
I don't want to know them.
Bye-bye. Hang on. Alright. Well now, we're going to go right here over to Art Street. You might say, well, Arch, that's not another living thing. That's not Walnut, Locust, or Pine. Well, no, but it used to be called Mulberry Street. They changed the name to Art Street because they used to have a little arch or a bridge right down at the base of it, near the river. So it's called Art Street. Now, guys, coming up on the right here, there's a nice flag up here. This flag has 13 5-pointed stars on it. They put the stars in a circle, representing unity. And yes, the flag is here because it is the Betsy Ross house coming up on the right up here. She had an upholstery shop. She was a seamstress. She's given credit for selling America's first flag. It's a genuinely old home. And they have tours and they dress in colonial clothing. And they reenact events from the old days right out here in the courtyard. And you know what? Betsy 30 on the left side of the courtyard where the blue sign is just over there behind those people. That's what Betsy 30 is. By the way, folks, this view we're in right now is called a duck. It's called that because back during World War II, when General Motors started building these vehicles, they used 4 letters to describe the manufacturing process, and those 4 letters were D-W. Yeah, it sounds like duck. You can see it right here on the light jacket, on the light ring. Yeah, now the D represented a design year, 1942. All the vehicles that year had a D. U stood for utility. K stood for front wheel drive, and W stood for dual rear wheel drive. Now they were used all throughout World War II, even the Korean War, to move troops and supplies from ship to shore. They used a couple thousand of them on the D-Day invasion of Normandy. Now today, we do have a V8 engine with an automatic transmission. Well, they had a stick shift with a 6-cylinder, but that comes in handy in the Delaware River. We really do get quite a turn sometimes. And also, they can regulate the tire pressure right up here on the dashboard. That gear and the tires make them softer to go on the feet so they wouldn't dig in as much, and then put the gear back in again and they get back onto the hard surfaces. Worked out great. You know what, guys? You were built most of my women back in World War II because the guys are most of them were out fighting the war. Yeah, bye. So anyway, there's very little left from the original days. These are actually completely remanufactured to meet today's United States Coast Guard safety standards. All right. So that's the deal on it. I do see water coming up down the end of the street. Now, just a little reminder once again before we head out here. The bigger light tags are there and the smaller ones are here, and you know where the emergency exits are in the old window. It is important though, guys, to remain seated. No one leaning out over the side in the water. And you know, guys, all I do to go out on the water, I pull a little lever next to my chair, puts the propeller in gear, the wheels continue to turn. We think of it as treading water, like the original Aqua tread. Yeah. Well, that's useful because when you're going to come back out of the water, the front set of wheels grabs hold of the ramp, pulls us right back out of there. Works like a charm. And north of the Delaware River, up that way, about 30-some miles straight to New Jersey, where George Washington made the famous crossing of the Revolutionary War on Christmas Day. About 90 miles down that way is Cape May, New Jersey, right out to the Atlantic Ocean. So when I do, I call my safety person down here. He's going to ride on board with us. And I call my other safety person. He's on the Delaware River. He's going to let us know what's going on out there as far as traffic and whatnot. We'll work our way down here and see what we got going on. We got a new park down here too called the Ray Street Pier. We're liking our new park. It's really, really nice down there. Just across the river, that's Camden, New Jersey over there. Alright, so as soon as the duck comes back, looks like then it's going to be our turn. So what I'm going to do here, guys, since I have a couple minutes, and if we can't bother anybody with our crackers now, so I'm going to make the decision to go ahead and give you guys your crackers. All right. Franklin Bridge. Used to go to the Delaware River Bridge. About the 1950s, they changed anything about Franklin Bridge.
Everybody has fun. USA. And everybody be safe. Like California, it's in where I travel to. Of a
Two trucks up the ramp. You're gonna see them come up the ramp. Captain Jim, he's gonna ride it out with us. Captain Jim over there. Okay, let Jim, he's gonna climb on and join us. All right, Captain Jim, welcome aboard. All right. All right. Next one. Whoops. Alright guys, so what do you think? Are we ready to get out there with all one roll? Alright, you're talking in on. That wasn't hard. You just wanted to go slow, didn't you? I didn't think so. Alright. Don't anybody lean out over the side, please. Don't anybody lean out over the side, please. Alright, so guys, I'm going to be honking my horn up here. It's kind of loud. I don't want to scare you. So here I go now with my horn on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That ought to do. Alright, it's a beautiful day in the Delaware River. My goodness. Up that way about 30 miles, Kent, New Jersey, where George Washington made the famous crossing in the Revolutionary War on Christmas Day. About 90 miles down there, right out to the Mangos, as I was saying, the Cape May, New Jersey. See the Campbell Soup sign over there, where the Campbell Soup factory used to be. It's a baseball park now. A minor league team called the River Sharks play over there. But that's where they used to make Campbell Soup over there. But the headquarters is still over there for Campbell Soup. But you know what? Campbell Soup just isn't the same anymore since they don't make it on the right here on the Delaware River. Because remember in the old days, you open up a can of chicken noodle soup and the top would have a nice little oil slick. Remember on the Delaware River? You don't get that anymore. I'm only kidding. Alright, so anyway guys, the other bridge down there, that is the Walt Whitman Bridge, named after that famous poet, of course. I don't remember his name right now, but that is the Walt Whitman Bridge right down there. He wrote Leaves of Grass, some other poetry too. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna put this song. You know what? Can I sing this song? Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's the thing to talk about, guys. That's actually when we used to get out, they were the rules. No quacking when the captain's yakking. Well, I didn't say that because we don't usually give the quackers out anymore. So, no quacking when the captain's yakking. Alright. So anyway, guys, I'm playing Will Smith's song because he's a Philly guy. He comes over to Philly sometimes. And what he does, he likes to visit his father. And when he visits his father, and when Jada visits her grandfather, comes over here to right over the corner here. See where the flags are? Yeah, that's where Will Smith's dad is right there. Yeah, he comes out and says hi to us once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
Where the flags are, right up here. Up top. Pretty cool. Yeah, guys. Over back to the left side of the river again, you can see what is a neat old tugboat coming up the river here. Wow, that's pretty cool. They're real powerful. They push the ships out of their docks, the big barges up and down the river. Pretty cool. And there's the aquarium again. And you know what? Remember I was talking about you can swim with the sharks, but they also do have hippopotamuses over there. And you know, it's like Mike Rowe, the Dirty Job program, he was over there one day cleaning up after the hippopotamus. That's a dirty job. And also the Susquehanna Bank Center. Right down past the aquarium before you get to the Battleship New Jersey. It's got the Susquehanna Bank Center. It's got a big green star on it. And they have a lot of concerts there. In fact, this next guy, he comes over there sometime. Yeah, Jimmy Buffett. Up here a little further, guys, you can see William Penn's statue up on top of City Hall up there, way back into town. And you know, his statue's actually looking up the river up here. You got it designed it Alexander Calder. He wanted to look at the sunshine, but before we put it up there, thought it was more perfect. And he looks up there towards the trees up there, because that's Penn Treaty Park, where William Penn made a peace treaty with Chief Tom and Evan, right up there. So that's where he's looking at. So you'll see in a moment here, we get up there a little further, you'll see William Penn's statue up on top of City Hall. Also up there, the Sandy's Color building with a bunch of smokestacks on top, the old power plant. Well, they made a couple of movies up there, the Transformers 2, and also Gold Mines up there, yeah, same thing. And also, just straight up ahead there, before you get to the left where the three condo buildings are, there's a Sugar House Casino. That's a new casino here in Philadelphia, opened up just last year, where the Sugar House used to, where the Sugar Factory used to be. Now it's the Sugar House Casino. So we'll get up here a little further, and I'm going to show you the William Penn statue, and you're going to see that he's looking up towards Penn Treaty Park, where he made that peace treaty with Chief Tamanend. Yeah, a long, long time ago. Well, I'm going to put this song on, because I think we'll have a little fun with it. I haven't played it for a while, and here we go. Have some fun with this one. See William Penn up there down the City Hall? There he is. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Well, it seems easy now, but it comes a challenge in a moment. Quack, 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 quack. 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 Alrighty. Alrighty, see if I can make it up the ramp here. I just kind of close my eyes and hope for the best. We made it, we're back! Quack, quack, quack. Yeah, so guys, you know, sometimes when I get my splash in, I get a little bit of water in the boat. I like to let that water out right about here. I'm only kidding. Alright, well, I'm going to fun with this next song. This one. Jim. We'll see you after a while. Keeping Jim busy today. There's 2 more ducks waiting for Jim. Running up down duck stairs. Now, guys, if you have a hat, hang on to your hats. We get down the street, we're going to get a lot of wind blowing through the ducks, so hang on to your hat.